This lecture is an extension of the previous lecture, so I recommend you complete that. And the basis, again, the fundamentals is that we want to work with data that we can rely on and use so that we know what countries and devices to spy on and what campaigns to launch within those countries. Now, we're going to be using the same link that I shared in the previous lecture. Again, I'll have that ready for you in the external resources section so that you can bookmark it for yourself. And the only difference this time is that once we go to this link, we're going to try the tab here that says Hot Opportunities. Now, the difference with this is that with this list of 10 countries, it's going to show the current top 10 hot opportunities where the price has actually dropped, so you could get more traffic for much cheaper clicks. And in fact, some of these countries were considered best performing perhaps weeks ago, last week, yesterday, months before, or depends on whenever you start following this list. And that's why I highly recommend you view this best performing chart a few times a week so that you could get familiar and further capitalize when you see a drop in prices on countries that they may have been best performing but number 11, they just weren't on that list, or number 12, or so on. So this is another chart to keep an eye on because you're going to see a lot of reduced cost here. So if you're starting off with a smaller budget, this could be another list to follow for you, because let's look at the examples here. Vietnam, cheap or less than 2 cents per click. Again, the cost here are all in US dollar cents. So here, this is 3 cents, and so on. You'll even see India here on the mobile tablets for only 1 cent. And the crazy thing is, even though this traffic is really cheap, there's still a lot of impressions possible that your ad could be shown to. For example, Vietnam, there's more than 100 million. India, there's more than 200 million impressions daily. So again, this is another chart to keep an eye on, especially if you're looking for cheaper traffic. Next, you're going to want to try looking at this chart here that says low competition. And this is a great chart to look at as well because it tends to have cheaper traffic too, because less advertisers are targeting these countries and platform devices. And the good news is that it's not always the case that there's less competition here because they don't make money, or a lot of advertisers are just scared or tend to avoid these countries for whatever reason. Because I know for a fact that Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, you can get millions of converting visitors each month, and these countries and devices were on the best performing list. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, that stresses the importance of understanding what's working on this platform. So again, check out that best performing list frequently each week. And also, just like the hot opportunities chart, the cost per click in these countries and devices are very cheap as well. Yet you could still get a high volume of impressions and potential conversions if you set up your campaign correctly and spy correctly within these campaign countries and devices. Now, you may have a concern that because you don't live in these countries, you may not speak the language or understand the culture. If that's a concern of yours, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to launch a campaign using language of these countries on your landing page and ads, even if you have no clue how to speak the language or write in that language. For example, let's say you chose Thailand. I'll show you how to copy ads in Thai and landing pages in Thai. And if you do end up making changes on your creatives or landing page, I'll show you how you can have them translated for cheap and quickly. So again, if you have any concerns or questions, don't get discouraged, because I'll be here in the Q&A section. You could also send me a message privately if you wish to do so. And I'm also in the Facebook group 5 days a week. So check out the group Liberty Dojo on the Facebook group channel. And other than that, again, keep in mind that these two charts, the low competition and hot opportunities chart, is great if you're looking for cheaper traffic that could still convert and you could still get a high potential of volume in. So I hope that helps you. Again, this is Paulo Perdue from libertyblueprint.com. I'll see you in the next lectures.